Hello and welcome to USTS, the Ultimate Sports and Training Show. I'll be a host for today's show, Bob Lemire. I'm going to go solo today. Next week, I will have a special guest, but this week couldn't make it, so I figured I'll go solo today and follow up on a show I had a while back on conditioning your body and getting your body ready for any competition. And I'm not saying, I'm not a doctor. I want you to know I'm not a doctor. So whatever I say is my opinion and my experiences. I've been training for well over 50 years right now, Taekwondo, and I trained under the Grandmaster Mu Young Lee from Korea, one of the greatest Grandmasters the world has ever seen in Taekwondo. And it's not just my opinion. It's the world around Grandmasters will tell you the same thing. God rest his soul. But he taught me many, many things on how to train and get ready for competition, and also nutrition, and I'm going to go over a lot of stuff today. So I hope you enjoy this show. But if you're in any kind of competition or any kind of trying to get yourself into really good shape, I'm going to go over some stuff that I've gone through, and believe me, please don't think I'm bragging. I just want you to know the truth here of what's going on. I'm pushing 70 years old. I feel like I'm 30 years old once I start working out. I feel like 25. I don't feel like there's anyone who, and I'm pushing 70, but I've been doing it my whole life, all right? And over these years, I've always done theses and papers for my next rank. First, second, third, fourth, all the way up to ninth. I've done papers on energy, all right, and how to gain more energy in your body. And that was back in the day when there weren't phones that you could get information in 5 minutes, 5 seconds. I had to go to the library. I had to do some research. I had to, talk to people who were great competitors, and whether it's martial arts or baseball, wrestling, we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. You could be the greatest of anything, but if you can't last 1 minute or 5 minutes because of lack of energy, it's useless. So you could throw the greatest kicks in a fight, Taekwondo competition, greatest kicks. No one can touch those kicks, but after 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 2 rounds, you can't breathe. Those kicks go right out the window. So you have to get your body adapted to longevity when it comes to your sport, all right? And baseball is one thing, and I'm not saying baseball is not competitive, because I played baseball, and I've actually got injured playing baseball. You dive for a ball where you shouldn't have, and my friends know what I'm talking about, and you break your hand. Baseball is one of those sports where you're lackadaisical for 1 second, and all of a sudden you got to break the sound barrier with speed to catch that ball, or to protect your life with that ball coming at your head. You understand what I'm saying? So any sport, and the better shape you're in, the better you're going to perform. All right. So you have a talent, and you want that talent to excel to another level. You have to work at it. And that's every day. And I'm going to go through a lot of things I've done over the years, and I'm still. One thing I can't stand is the phone, but I love it in certain aspects, where if I want something and I want to know something a doctor has to say about hydration or anything, I get 1,000 answers, and I pick the ones I know that are really worthwhile. Not everything you're going to read on that phone's good or true. So you got to do your homework. All right, and don't think everyone's telling you the truth, because people are out there just trying to throw a curveball at everyone, because they have got nothing better to do. So do your homework. Try to get reputable doctors and people who are in the sports who have done it and are trying to tell you and to help you out the right way to get your body in the top shape you can. All right, as I say, I see people in their 30s. Oh, I'm too old. 30s. Come on. I get grandkids. I have 2 grandchildren just turned 30. All right. So 30's not old. They're like grandkids right now. So what you have to do is it's all a perspective. And I know everyone's busy. I'm too busy. Not too busy to eat the right things. You're not too busy to get a little workout every day. You're not. And if you are, then your perspective of life, you have to make sure that you've got to do what's good for you, because you're no good to anyone if you can't function. All right. your family, anyone who relies on you, unless you are running at top speed, because you'll burn out. I'm going to go over a bunch of things that I've done over the year, and I've done a lot of research that I know that I use every day, and it gives me the bundle of energy that I want. And believe me, my wife will, he's tired a lot. Well, I'm tired a lot. A lot of times I get up at 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, and I'll go to work. I'll pull a 11, 12-hour shift, all right? And that's part-time, not part-time, but I'm semi-retired. But 12-hour shifts, 3 of them in a row. Yeah, you're going to be tired. I come home, I make sure that I eat right, drink right, and then I get my rest. And I'm going to go through all that. All right, enough about me. I'm going to start off with hydration because, God, and if you look, if you can see me on YouTube, you can see a regular water bottle with blue stuff in it. That's electrolytes. People say, I just drink water. Water's great. Water's great. You've got to have electrolytes with the water or put electrolytes in your water. If not, and you drink a lot of water, all right, and I'm guilty of this because that's old school, and I don't think we heard the word electrolyte for maybe 10 years ago they come out with the word. I don't know. You just drink water. But if you drink too much water, and I'm talking, I see people with a gallon in their hands, and they maybe, this is my second of the day, and they're not putting electrolytes in. When I say electrolytes, maybe a small pinch of salt or the good drinks that they have out there now on the market without sugar. I'm not going to do any commercials here, but I have certain ones that I deal with and I love. And they'll give you the electrolytes you need for that day, right? Because if you don't, you're washing them out with plain water. You're right? You're drinking regular water and you're depleting your body of electrolytes or even other essential vitamins that your body needs to run, right? And old school was, they didn't care. Not that they didn't care, excuse me. They didn't know. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot. Well, of course, yeah. But if you don't have the potassium and magnesium and, that is your electrolyte base, you're washing it out. So the number one thing I want everyone to think about and do some homework out, and if you get one thing out of my whole spiel for an hour today, if you get one thing, that's all that makes me happy. And don't be afraid to try to contact me or write any messages on YouTube or wherever you're watching this. I want to hear your suggestions or even your arguments. All right, because I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what's working for me. So that hydration's one thing, and they sell good drinks. You can drink, and I'm not going to do commercials, but there's a lot of hydration drinks out there. A lot of them have high sugar content. You really want to stay away from as much sugar as you can. All right, they're doing that for the flavor, but there's other ways to throw that flavor in these drinks. I use a powdered mix, and you'll find them you'll find these powdered mixes in the water aisle, around the water, or around the juices, and they're in little boxes. All right, and I'm just going to tell you, I use that Armor Flash. I like that stuff, and boy, what a difference! You can feel it. The energy in my body is through the roof when I drink these things, and not to a point where they keep you up. It's just that you feel good. All right, so you're being hydrated. All right, so that's one thing you really have to. If you're training at all, and you're sweating or you're just you have to hydrate the correct way. If you are training hard and you're in competition and you're putting in 2 to 3 hours a day of craziness, you better get 7 or 8 hours sleep. All right, it would possibly be worse than not drinking enough fluids or getting your hydration, because your body will break down. Your body has to replenish itself after you work out, and I'm talking good sleep. If you can try to get, and it's almost impossible for me to get 8 straight hours, but I will lay in bed for 8 to 9 hours and make sure that I try. If I can spot 2 to 3 to 4 hours in between and then wake up for some reason, I go right back. So I'm trying to get what they call the REMs, rapid eye motion, that will help replenish your body, let your mind relax, which it has to relax daily, let your body repair itself. When you train hard, you're kind of destroying your body a little. All right, you're tearing this, and you're stretching that, and you're burning this, and muscles. And if you don't give your body time to recuperate, okay, and sleep will do it. Rest and sleep will do it. You're going to burn out. All right, and sometimes in a younger person it takes a long time. I used to overtrain like a madman, overtrain, and wonder why I couldn't gain weight, wonder why I couldn't gain muscle mass, all right? Wonder why I was being tired when I was training so much. Well, I wasn't recuperating, all right? And when you're lifting weights and doing that, people who know what they're doing alternate, all right? It's not the same muscles every day, every day, every day. That's counterproductive. And as I say, that's what I've done, or I used to do when I was younger. I never wanted to listen to anybody. And then until I started doing my homework, saying, wow, maybe I'm wrong. I'm doing it wrong. I'm OCD, obsessive compulsive, OCD. They call me obsessive compulsive Bob because everything I do, I want to do double or triple because I assume it's good for you. It's like if they say vitamins are good for you and you triple and quadruple the dose, you'll kill yourself. Right? So you got to do your homework. And it took me a while to realize that. So try to get that sleep one way or another. And you say, well, my favorite TV show's coming on and I got to get up early. So now you get 3 or 4 hours sleep and you're garbage the next day. Or you're not going to train to your potential. All right? And that's the way that is. And when I say hydration, and believe me, if anyone liked beer, I loved the beer. I grew up in the city, and you grew up with real beer, hard beer, and over the years I've really kind of slowed down. And when I was training for tournaments, I would never drink. You can't drink, but if I was done with tournaments and we'd have parties, or we'd go, you'd have a lot of fun. Now I try not to. Nothing against it. Believe me, I'm not standing on I've done it. Love having some beers and some fun. But now as I get older and I know that my metabolism and everything is starting to slow down on me and getting kind of crazy, I actually drink what they call as a non-alcohol beer. And believe it or not, it's good for you. No alcohol in it. They say 0.05, which is absolutely none. It's you can get more, I think, out of a glass of orange juice. So 0.05 they have to put on the beer. But it's actually a hydrating drink. These non-alcohol beer, they have potassium and magnesium. They have tons of vitamins in these, and I've read that the Olympic coaches were telling their teams they should drink that if they're going to go out and drink that. It'll hydrate them and it's good for them. So if I know you love to come home at night after working or whatever, sit down and have a couple of beers. Nothing wrong with that. Couple might turn into too many, but even if it isn't, you could hydrate a better way by drinking these non-alcoholic beers. Taste the same or even better. And there's a thing in your brain that thinks that if you're drinking something that tastes exactly like beer, that you're going to get that little relaxation or a buzz or wherever you're looking for. You're going to get that because your brain is so used to having that taste affiliated with that, with your brain function. So think of that and have a couple saying, and I know people, well, these are garbage. Well, then, I'm just telling you what I do and what I think works. And the problem is with these non-alcoholic drinks, they're more expensive. And I mean, they're a little more expensive. And I guess, and you say, why? There's no alcohol. Yeah, they have to do a whole different process to take the alcohol out. The alcohol is in at one point, and they take it out. So think about that if you want to, and you'll sleep better. Say, no, a couple of beers, I sleep like a baby. Well, maybe, but you're not getting the REMs that you think you should, and you're probably not getting the good night's sleep that you should, all right, because it interrupts the whole sleep pattern, all right. And I'm not going to go to sleep, I got a ritual, and my ritual keeps growing, but boy, does it work. And it's melatonin that will melatonin in your body and your brain that your body will make that helps you sleep. I'm not going to get into the whole scientific thing because you don't want to hear it. But melatonin, there's ways to increase the melatonin in your body. You can always take the melatonin supplements. I do have some at home. Very almost the child melatonin. Very low dosage if I really want to get a good night's sleep. Most of the time, I do what we call teaspoon of raw honey, and a pinch of salt in the teaspoon. Put that under your tongue half hour before you go to bed. Let it dissolve. Don't just swallow. Let it dissolve in your mouth. It tastes good. All right. It's going to increase the melatonin. It helps make melatonin in your body. Pistachio nuts. I love pistachio nuts. They say all you need is about 3 or 4 pistachio nuts, but I'll probably eat a handful at night while I'm watching TV. Another way to increase melatonin in your body. I do that, and I'll sleep like a baby. It just relaxes, and it's all natural. So, and there's other ways, and as I keep saying, Google melatonin, how to increase melatonin levels in your body. Google it. Watch what you get. Those are my 2 favorite, and there's many, many more. All right, but you need that to sleep. So if you're having a hard time sleeping, think about that. If you're drinking a 6-pack before you go to bed because it really relaxes you, or you're going to get up and have to go to the bathroom a lot, it's going to interrupt your sleep anyway, even if you're not getting up, just because of your brain's going through a whole thing trying to repair itself. All right, and the alcohol is not going to do it. I'm not saying to quit. You don't have to quit or anything. Just kind of go a different way, even with the non-alcohol beers. They are good. And there's the pistachio nuts, and there's other nuts, and that's all natural, and it's good for your body. All right. So you can't sleep. There's breathing exercises to do. All right? I do all this together. And if all of a sudden, and a lot of times why you can't sleep is because your brain is flying. You're thinking about the craziest things that you wouldn't think at all during the day. All right. But what you're doing is you're laying there and you're trying to sleep, but your brain's going, oh no, I didn't get the crackers I was supposed to get, or the chips I was supposed to get today for my sister. Crazy stuff that you would never think about. I do what we call breathing exercises. Right? We've all heard of it, and they've proven that if you're thinking of one thing, all right, if your brain's thinking of one thing, and my thing saying is counting as you're breathing in to the count of 6. And I'm just using 6, but that's a comfortable number. You breathe in to the count of 6, and you count 1, 2 as you're breathing in, 3. If you're thinking of a number and you're thinking of breathing, you will not think of anything else, or it's hard to, almost impossible to think of 2 things at once. And so if you really concentrate on the numbers and breathing and thinking about your chest and your stomach going up and down, and once you get to 6, you hold it for a count of 8. You count 1, 2. Now you're seeing these numbers in your head. After 8, you let it go. All right? And there's a thing, and I'm so involved in a lot of this stuff. Instead of just blowing it out of your mouth, take your lips and put them close to each other and blow out of your lips that way. Purse your lips. And it causes parasympathetic nerve endings to go to your brain and cause a relaxation. They've done all this, but that's almost like acupressure, and we're going to go into that in a little. So you breathe in for 6. You're counting. That's all you're thinking about is these big numbers. Then count to 8 as you hold it in. And if that's too much to hold, count 6 and 6. It don't matter. Make it comfortable for yourself. Then when you breathe out as much as you can, like there's nothing left, and hold it for a second or 2 seconds. Then do the process again. A lot of times, and I've done this with students, I challenge them. We sit down in a lotus position at the school or at wherever I would teach sometimes, and I'd tell them, all right, we're going to do these breathing exercises, and but I'd have them breathe in as much as they possibly can, hold their breath as long as they could, because you're all talking to people in pretty good shape, so I didn't want them to pass out. Then they'd exhale. See how many times you can do it. It was a matter of 5 in a row. People couldn't make 10. They were ready to fall asleep at the school or at the gym or wherever I was teaching this. And then I says, all right, open your eyes. They looked at me like they were all ready for bed. And they said, I could have taken a nap because you thought of nothing but that. And as you breathe out, and you're holding, your body's going through a whole transition. All day we breathe in short breaths, which is not really the way to breathe. Right? You should be taking deep breaths every time. It's the best thing for your body. It's breathing, all right? And that is life right there. So when you breathe, try to breathe in heavier than you normally do. And if you do these breathing exercises as you're laying down, all right, and a lot of times as I'm doing the breathing exercises and I'm counting, I'll think of relaxing all parts of my body. Relax your toes, then relax your foot, relax your ankles, go all the way up your body. Now you're thinking of that. You're thinking of numbers. You're thinking of breathing. You're not thinking about you forgot to do something during the day or what you did 15 years ago. Why did you pull that? Your mind's not thinking of that crazy stuff. All right. So it's almost like a hypnosis. I do it now. I've always done it for the last probably 15, 20 years, self-hypnosis tapes. I used to buy before the phones or before Google or any of that. You didn't have these phones. I would buy a tape recorder, and I would get a book on hypnosis, self-hypnosis, and I'd read to myself in that tape recorder. Then as I would go to bed, put the tape recorder on, and I'd do self-hypnosis to myself to sleep. It was all about sleep, how to relax your body. Boy, does it work. And then when these phones come out with Google, and there's thousands of hypnotists and hypnosis also for sleeping, just for sleeping. Don't worry, you're not going to run around like a chicken, and they're not doing that. They're just trying to relax your body. So there's many ways that you can fall asleep. All right, if you have problems falling asleep, because you need that as much as you need hydration and food and vitamins. All right, and there's actually I got things written down here, humming, and that's something new that I won't be doing it. But if you hum, all right, you can't think of anything. And I've been trying that lately. It kind of works. So you hum, and then you try to think of something as you're humming. All right, so it's kind of hard because you're thinking about humming, or your body's going through that process. So it's that overthinking that can keep you up all night. I know it can, and we all have our problems, whether it's money, children, relationships, work-related. There's a billion problems. You got to let them go. And self-hypnosis is a beautiful way to do it. And I say self-hypnosis. You're not being really hypnotized by anybody. They're just, and if anybody knows anything about hypnosis, which I love, I've read many things on hypnosis. But I'm not a hypnotist, and I can't say that I could hypnotize anyone. And I don't think I would try. That's something you don't want to play around with, because someone can get hurt. All right, say they fall out of a chair or something, So you got to be professional with that. But it does work, and try it to sleep. That brings me down to so say you're hurting, your body's hurting. Acupressure is one way, and I'm not saying acupuncture. I'm saying acupressure is one way you can alleviate some pain in your body. Now, I'm just going to say one. I have a knee that really hurts me a lot because of meniscus and taekwondo over the years. As I say, I'm up there in age. And over the years, you get an injury here and there, a meniscus here. And as I walk around during the day, and some days I can walk maybe 4 to 5 miles. I don't care what shoes I'm wearing, how great they are. My knee is sore. It gets to a point where I can't even bend my knee if I walk way too much. But if I press, and you take your arm where your bicep is, all right, and where your elbow is. And there's a crease when you bend your arm. There's a crease where your elbow is. Right before your elbow, press that little spot with your thumb. Press that for a minute and massage that whole area for a minute. The pain in my knee is completely gone. All right? I do this every day. I do it all the time whenever it starts hurting me. At night, before I go to sleep, I grab that spot, and I'll press it. It's right where the elbow is, in that little crease as you bend your elbow. That's one acupressure point of thousands and thousands on your body. And if I want to do my left leg, I've got to do my right arm. So it's the parasympathetic nerve endings that go up to the head, brain, and the neurotransmitters and all that happy stuff. I'm not a doctor. But it alleviates the pain just as acupuncture would, which the needles. I'd rather do it myself with my own pressure here with my hands. Your thumb. So you're trying to sleep at night. Take your thumb. Take your other hand. Press your thumbnail. All right? With your index finger and your thumb, press hard. 30 seconds. All right? Press hard. Press the other one. 30 seconds to a minute. All right? So take your thumb and your index finger and press your other thumb. All right? Thumbnail. Then the side. After you do that for a minute, do the side of your thumb with your index finger and your other thumb. That right there is another acupressure point that will help you sleep. That one of thousands, all right? Look them up. Google, I'm not going to go through them today. I'm just trying to guide you in a direction. Google acupressure to sleep in the hands. Acupressure to sleep on your earlobes or your ears. There's many, many spots that will help you relax and take your mind right off of, or just relax your whole mind and your body. It's acupressure. And you say, well, how do they figure that out? You know, the Chinese have been doing this for 3,000 years, over 3,000 years. It's not like one guy just says, oh, yeah, if you start pressing, they don't know. It's practice. They've been practicing this like any kind of medicine that we do. They've been practicing this for 3,000 years, and they know from practicing on millions and millions of people. And they're still practicing today. That's why acupressure come out of it used to be acupuncture. Now you can do acupressure, right? So you don't have to put the little needle in there. They're different, and I'm not saying I'm an expert. They're different, but I'm not going to acupuncture. I'm doing my acupressure. Any spot on your hand can alleviate pain or help spots in your body. All right? You do your homework. Google it. All right? And you'll find you're going to love it. You're going to get addicted to it. I have a little story where we had an all-hands meeting on where I work. The whole cafeteria, everything's hundreds of people, and they're talking finances, and they're up there for an hour. That's fine. I'm watching. I'm saying, all right. While I'm watching, all right, I'm sitting with a bunch of people, hundreds of people, and I'm just sitting next to everybody. I'm doing all acupressure in my hand, and I'm letting him talk, and he's talking in finances, and I'm doing acupressure on every joint in my hand, and this is going on for, the meeting's for an hour, and I've already been doing it for like 20 minutes now. All of a sudden, I felt like I'm ready to fall asleep. And he's going on, and I'm watching, and I'm going to myself, why am I so tired? What's going on? Did I drink something? Then all of a sudden, I look down, and I'm doing these acupressure points on my hand, which has totally relaxed me and just set me into another zone. And I said, wow, how powerful is this? All right? So people are high-strung. I'm high-strung. I want to go all day if I can. But there are ways to bring yourself down. Alcohol's not one of them. Right? There's other drugs. We take drugs, and 90% of the people take drugs, or 99.9%, to calm down, relax, and get their mind off their troubles. Let's try another. Let's try a holistic way. And these holistic ways is through your diet, through hypnosis or your mind, acupressure, all right? Many. And that's why what's so great about sports, and I'm not just saying sports, I hate to categorize things, music, sports, anything, art, anything that you love, all right, do. And if you do that, it's going to set you into, it's like having your own psychiatrist. You're painting a picture, and this picture's coming out great, and you're so involved. That's the only thing you're thinking of. You're playing on the guitar, you're playing on the piano, playing anything. You're playing a song that maybe you even wrote, or just a song that you love. Your whole mind is on that spot. That's all it's not on anything else. You're giving your brain a break, all right? You're giving your whole body stress. You're getting rid of that stress because you're too busy doing something else to be stressed. So if you live a stressful life, sports or anything that's going to get your body going in one direction, and you have to think of that, and it's going to help you in the long run. Even if you're writing your memoirs, get a book and write. It'll take your mind off your stress, all right? And it'll probably sometimes be your own therapy saying, this is what I'm thinking. This is what actually goes on in my mind, right? I do a lot of writing on how I grew up in the city and a lot of my adventures, and we all have them all. We all have them. Everyone has these adventures in their mind, all right, from when they were younger, and things that they were close to death or situations that were either funny or very scary, write them down. People want to read that. Your family wants to read it. You think, oh, I can't write. There was a girl, Anne Frank, and I don't know her name. I don't know her age. I'm gonna say she was 12, 13, 14, maybe. Young girl, when Germany was taken over, and she was in hiding, and she wrote the Diary of Anne Frank. She didn't really know how to write, but she wrote down her feelings. Spelling might not have been right, punctuation, paragraphs might have been, nothing was right. I'm not good at it, but it doesn't matter. Someone can put that together now. But your thoughts and what really happened while you were waiting and hiding from the Germans for as long as they were hiding. And it's one of the greatest books ever written by a young girl. So if they can do that with no experience in writing and stuff, you can do it. All right? You can just write, and that'll help you relieve stress. If you did that a half hour before you went to bed, you might sleep like a baby. All right? So you can see how I'm crazy when it comes to sleep and hydration. Let's go on to diet and vitamins. Again, OCD Bob, they call me, obsessive compulsive. If you tell me a vitamin is good for me, I want 100 of them, and that's not how it works. So you learn through the years, and you do some research. I do a multiple vitamin every day. I've done that since I was a child, and I mean young. They would throw one a day. When I say they, I'm sorry. My parents would give me a one a day when I was 2. And that's when, one a day is good for you, little red pills. I just did a commercial for them. And I was like 2 years old. And they'd give them to me. I've never stopped taking them. And then they'd have chucks or whatever they have things for kids. Now I take them and I dissolve them in a V8 juice. And I'll take a good vitamin, something that will dissolve. Put it in a V8 juice, which has tons of vitamins. And that's every day I drink that. You have to get your vitamins in your body. And everyone says, "Oh, you eat good enough." You don't. All right. I'll sit here and argue with you for an hour. And if you do, you're one of a million. All right. We do not eat what we should every day to replenish the vitamins and minerals and electrolytes and things that we need in our body. We don't eat the right foods, or we're too busy. And if you are if you're competing and you're training at top level, you better get the right vitamins and minerals and the right diet in your body, or you're going to break down. You're not going to be there. That's why people hire coaches, health coaches, all right? And that's what I'm trying to do right here, is be a little of a health coach. You got to put things in perspective, and either you're going to do it or you're not. You want to train at this level, you better follow my diet. You better follow my hydration. This is to a trainer. And if you're not going to, you watch Rocky with Mickey. If Rocky didn't do what Mickey told him, he was scared Mickey was going to hit him. That's how ornery Mickey was. But that's what a trainer does. He lets you know what's the best for you. Right? Now, and that being said, not all trainers are, some of them are whacked. And, we all meet wacky people in our life. So you have to make sure whoever's training you, if you feel uncomfortable with what they're telling you to do your own research. You don't just trust anybody because they call themselves a trainer. Right? And like I say, everything I'm saying right now is my point of view. And you might say, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, that's fine with you. This was what works for me. All right? And I would debate anybody on vitamins. And if you ever like to come on my show and want to debate me on any of this stuff, feel free to contact me on DATV, and I would love it. We'd have a show and a half, and you might put me right in my place, and I deserve it. But vitamins, do your research on vitamins and get some vitamins in your body every day if you can. And some people say, I've never taken a vitamin in my life. Wow. And then I kind of, as they say it, I look at their body and I'm looking at them and I'm sizing them up, saying, a lot of people, when they say that, I say, yeah, it looks it too. And you can see that there's no ambition in their body. They're too tired to even talk, but they don't take vitamins. I never have, I never will. All right, well, that's your point of view, and good luck. And when it comes to diet, you can get a lot of vitamins out of your diet, and you can, if you were to eat the exact proportions of what you need to eat every day, which is almost impossible, by the way. You could get a lot of your vitamins, and a lot of people do. A lot of people do. They feel healthy without taking vitamins, and their diet, whether they're vegetarian or whatever, their diet, is top of the line. And if they're feeling good, I always say if it's not broken, don't fix it. All right. So if you really feel good and you're doing something that you're happy, then do it. Don't swap. Don't switch on my account. But if you're not feeling like you have the energy you need, diet and vitamins will help a lot. And when I say diet, make sure you get some fruit every day. All right. I'm a watermelon guy, grapes, strawberries. Boy, I used to love bananas, and I don't get them. I don't know why. And apples, I don't eat them like I used to. Love tomatoes, which is a fruit. Love cucumbers, which is a fruit. All right. Some people are saying cucumber ain't a fruit. All right. Well, let's debate. But anyway, cucumbers, tomatoes, I love that stuff. Green beans. My wife is, we're not vegetarians, but we eat a lot of fruits and vegetables every day. All right. Eat meat a couple of times a week. Fish. Try fish at least once a week if we can. All right. I love quiche, spinach quiche. I eat that, or I'll make sure I have a couple of eggs every day. All right. Now I'm not saying that I like I'm not much into donuts, but a bagel. I love bagel and cream cheese. I'd have that. And a lot of people would say, that's crazy. That's no good for you. I know. And I'm not saying everything I eat. I'll eat cookies. My wife makes the best chocolate chip cookies on this planet. And if I want to eat 3 of them, I'm eating 3 of them. But you have to make sure that you supplement other things in your body for the vitamins and nutrients that you need. That's your homework. I can't do that for you. I'm just telling you what you should be doing, all right, to keep your energy level up. This is all about keeping your energy level up and keeping yourself feeling good, all right? If you don't feel good, there's a reason. You should see a doctor. Let them kind of figure out and there's even specialists out there, sports. I don't know what they call it. I never really go to anyone. I've done so much homework, and my wife, she should have been a doctor with the knowledge she has on trying to keep herself alive over the years with stomach issues and the things that she has learned. And she teaches me, and I'm telling you, I follow everything she does. It's just a matter of what your perspectives are. Write them down. Write down a list of, this is what I think I should do. And that's why on this show, I'm trying to go through it over it all. All right? Every aspect of trying to keep energy, trying to keep your brain happy. All right? Get that stress level. Stress is going to kill you. You could be in the best shape of your life. If you have a lot of stress, your heart ain't going to be happy with that. So you got to keep the stress levels down. That's by keeping busy, keeping your mind off the crazy, stupid things. And when I say stupid things, you're saying, oh, money, I got the money. We all have money problems, all right? Everyone has money problems. You'll find a way around that, but don't let it stress you out. Everyone has family problems. Everyone has relationship problems. Everyone has car problems. My washer broke down. My refrigerator's not. It's every day. Don't let that get you down. Enjoy life because it's going by. All right? Enjoy your family. You want to know? Want to get tired? Mind your grandchildren. Little boy, they keep you going. And I could work out for 2 hours, but to keep up with my 2 grandkids, or my 3 grandkids, my granddaughter's 12 years old, going to be 13. So she slowed it down a little. She's become a young woman. But my 7-year-old and my 2-year-old grandsons, I can't keep up with that energy level. And when they leave, I'm exhausted. I get the best night's sleep. But there's nothing like it. They take the stress off your mind. So you want to get some stress off your mind. Go mind some relatives' children, or take them to the park. Take them to the park and run around with them, and you'll be so happy you did, and your heart will be full. All right. Get something that you have to do things that are going to make you happy and get that stress level off your body. All right, and your mind. All right. Stress is going to kill you. There's, as I look at my notes here, you have a hard day. You're working out hard. You did a lot of weightlifting. You did a lot of kicks. You did a lot of running. You did a lot of basketball, whatever. Find a good Epsom salt. Fill that tub up with nice warm water and sit in there for a cup. Not too hot, because I have OCD Bob will sit in the hottest water he can for a half hour, and I'll boil my my liver. You can boil your innards if your water's too hot. Don't make it too hot, but nice warm Epsom salt water. I throw baking soda in there also. And what it does is the magnesium from the Epsom salt and the alkalinity, help with the alkalinity with the Epsom salt on your body. It's the greatest feeling in the world. Sit there for a half hour and just relax. You want to get a good night's sleep, and it's good for your muscles. It'll absorb into your body. You don't want to do too much of everything. When they say a cup of Epsom salt, I do half. Because stuff can get expensive too. But you want to talk about relaxing your body and helping your muscles rejuvenate. It's this rejuvenation period in your body every day that you have to think of as much as the working out part. The working out part is not destroying your body, but it's taking your body and it's pushing it to the max, all right? And things are breaking down. Your muscles are breaking down. But when they break down, they build back up, and that's how you gain muscle. By breaking the muscle down, you have to break it down so that it'll build itself up. But you have to let it build up. And if you're not going to give that time or the effort through hydration, food, sleep, all then it's going to break down and keep breaking down. Then you're defeating your own purpose. Right? So anyone who's into high intensity, low intensity, even if you're not doing any working at all, concentrate on the rejuvenation process. Because if you're working an 8-hour shift all day, you're putting in some move. You're probably moving around, unless you're at a desk all day, and that's even worse. It's better for you to move around all day and get the body flowing. Now I notice, especially where I work, everyone's getting into these Veridesks, they call it, and these desks just rise, right? And you can stand, and then they put them down. You can sit. So you do that all day. You don't just sit, because they say sitting. If you sat for an hour, might as well smoke for an hour. That's how bad it is for your body, all right? And it's just your veins and your muscles, they take a beating, and your body's skeletal system just goes haywire because you're sitting and sitting. Got to get up and move, and even if you're standing up. Stand up, and if you're the typewriter or you're doing anything, stand up and move those legs, at least half the time, And if you're into sports, all right, and you're finding yourself in a rut, a lot of times you're going great. You're saying, I'm feeling great. Especially, see, with Taekwondo and boxing, I did a little boxing also, you better have the stamina, all right? Better have the stamina to go the rounds, whether it's 3 rounds, 10 rounds, 15 rounds, I don't know what it is. You better have the stamina or it's useless. Now, to get that stamina, you have to break down the muscles and your body over and over and over again. You have to break it down. But if you do the right things and rebuild it and let the body rejuvenate, you're going to find yourself getting better and better, all right? So that's how that works. Think of as much as you work out, you're going to rest and rejuvenate through food, water, rest, all right? And de-stressing, all right? So once again, de-stress. Find ways to de-stress. I've gone over a bunch of them here, all right? And even the acupressure can de-stress you. You have to find your acupressure points. There's so many on your body. Every part of your body will be an acupressure point for another part of your body. And I'm down from your feet all the way up to the top of your head. And now they have what we call tapping, which is something I've started doing over the last couple of, maybe a year, tapping. You tap, say your head, the top of your head. You tap your forehead. It relieves stress. Plus, it helps. It could help with your with your skin tone. It could help with your muscles. You tap in your chest. You tap each place that you tap, and that's just a light tap with your fingers. Causes the parasympathetic nerve endings and all that happy stuff to work through your brain and de-stress your body and help the muscles, all right, of your body. There's so many new things that come out with, and that's the great thing about Google and the phone and the information we're getting today. You could never get unless you went to a professional, all right, or you hardly could get, and that's even before TV. Well, imagine, and now every day you learn what's good to eat. You learn what's not good to eat. Who would think if you drank too much water? They call it sometimes almost like drinking, getting drunk on water, right? Your body, and not that you're going to get drunk on water, but your body goes through the same workings it feels if you drank too much, you're drained, and you're doing certain things. You can actually die from drinking too much water during the day. You can actually die. People have, and look it up. I'm not making this stuff up. You drown yourself in water. So you have to know your limits. Try to get, your so many 8 ounces a day, whatever they are. They change by the day also. As you can see, they change by the day. Excuse me. New medical researchers, and they're doing researches now on everything. They keep coming up with new things. Things that were bad for you are now essential. Number one also is to make sure you get a little sun every day. 10 minutes, all right? And if you have to cover your face, just try to let some of that vitamin D absorb into your body. That's crucial. That's why during the winter, everyone's down in the dumps, not feeling well, especially in the New England area, all right? Or when the cold area, you stay in. You ain't going outside. And you're not getting that vitamin D. You're not getting that sun. You're not getting the fresh air, right? Try to get yourself out there for 10 minutes a day, right? You got to dress, you got to bundle. Let some of your skin absorb the vitamin D from the sun. Boy, you'll be happy. And in the meantime, do some deep breathing exercises out in the nice, cool air. Talk about gaining energy, all right? You'll feel like $1 million. You say, I don't have 10 minutes. You don't have 10 minutes. Right? Get off your phone at lunch or at break. Go outside. Put your coat on. And what do you think we did when we were in school? We had recess. We couldn't wait to go outside, and we were outside every day, half hour running around. And don't care how cold it was, rain, snow, or shine half the time in the schools. That's back in the day. I don't know about today, but you'd go outside. You didn't realize you were getting the sun. Oh, the sun's bad for you. Then they say. Well, yeah, anything OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, anything that you overdo is going to be bad for you, all right? So you have to have your limitations. I'm hearing 10 minutes today is the new thing of sun you should get every day. I'd like to get at least a good half hour if I could. I love the sun. And my problem is I love the sun so much that I've had probably 3 operations of skin cancer on my nose. All right, luckily it's still there. Scars there to prove it. Poor nose took a beating. Martial arts also a couple times broken, and baseball broken. So, I could write a whole book on this nose. It's still surviving. But I've had cancer in it twice or 3 times. I probably still have a little. I don't know. I'm constantly going back to get my body checked for cancer, skin cancer. And it's not melanoma. It's basal cell, which is, the better type to get if you're going to get cancer. They still have to cut it out. Melanoma will kill you. So the sun can kill you if you, stay in the sun. Like people just stay in there every day. You're in Florida or you're down there in the south and you're basking every day. You're asking for it. And I've had doctors telling me, so are you going to stay out of the sun after an operation? I look at them and I give them the look, and they say, no, we don't think you are, because I'm outside all the time. Whether I'm playing golf or I'm in a sailboat or I'm swimming or I'm with my grandkids, I'm outside all the time. Are you going to cover up? And I look at them and they go, well, if not, then you'll be back. You'll be back for more skin cancer. And they're right. And they have been right. Like every 5-6 years, I go back and I find another little spot on you, Bob. They take it out. I'm pushing my luck, but I still, come the summer, a little too much OCD there with the sun. Try not to get 10 minutes, all right? And you'll cover up, even if you have to cover up and put skin lotion on, not tanning lotion, cover up with that lotion, sun lotion, a good SPF, and But get it. It'll absorb as you go outside. That sun will absorb and give you that vitamin D that you very well need. All right, and that's about it. I'm a little tapped out right now. I think I've covered a lot of things. I did a show as of this similarity probably about 6 months ago, and I'm following up on things I think I missed. I know I've double-crossed a couple of them, but they were very important. And then when I say they're important in my life. This is how I try to do everything every day. Just as I say, as you get older, things slow down. Aches and pains, they're there. So you find ways through research to fight these things and to keep your body going. And it's just a matter of getting yourself used to and habit. You know, habits kill us, especially the bad habits. The good habits don't kill us. It's the bad habits, and boy, we all have them. We all have the bad habits, and that we hate to get rid of. I'll die if I can't have that extra cigarette, or if I can't have that beer, I will die. And that's how we think. And in the meantime, what's it doing to us? You know. But if you enjoyed this show, and I hope you did, next week I have. Hopefully, I have the bear hunter. I call him the bear hunter. That's his sport, hunting bear, and that's I think of that and I want to hide. Thinking about it's you against a bear, and hopefully that gun works. Not that I could shoot a bear, but I just don't have that in me. But we'll talk to him. We'll see what it's all about. You can catch this show on YouTube. Drake it. You can also drakeittv.org. They have the show on many times. It's on YouTube also. Spotify. A lot of podcast shows. I think it's still on Merrimack Valley Public Radio. So I have the venues in quite a few places, and I hope you can enjoy my show. Anybody like to be a guest down the road? You have a specialty or something you want to talk about, or debate on things that we do talk about? Feel free to contact me through DATV, through messaging on whatever, Spotify or YouTube, or even DATV if you can message that, or Bob Lemire. You can you'll see this Taekwondo, Bob Lemire Taekwondo, my Facebook page. You can check that out. Message me there, and I'd enjoy talking to you. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Till next time, train hard and have fun.